The NFL and FSA seasons have come to an end. We are going to reveal all of this year's season award winners, and we will also end the show with an APFL dispersal draft. All of this and more in 20 seconds. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast, sponsored by Nature Coast Tailgating and Apparel, the official apparel of the FSA. Had 3 people on. I see 2 people on now. If you're out there, say hello to us tonight. Should be a super short show, even with the dispersal draft at the end, which I know that's why you're all really here. So we will get all of the other stuff knocked out here because this is our end of season award show. This would normally be the last broadcast of the year, but as we are still trying to wrap up some things with the APFL to get ready for the 2024 season, we will be back next week, which we'll tell you again at the end of the show, for the actual live draft of the dispersal draft. I think next week is the 21st. We're going to do it live right here on the broadcast between the 3 general managers that are going to participate in it. Sean, I appreciate it. Thank you. Should we even ask what you're wearing? JB out there with us as well. Hey, JB, how are you? So, hey, we're going to jump right into the awards. We've got some great graphics for you all tonight. Hopefully you all will appreciate this. So let's get the first one up there. So we're going to start off with all of our APFL awards, and we'll shift over to the Fanatically Real Redraft Awards. The first, I want to congratulate all of the APFL divisional winners first. We ended up with Buffalo, Cleveland, Houston, and Denver on the AFC side, as you can see there in the top row. And then on our NFC divisional winners, we have Washington, Green Bay, New Orleans, and Seattle. So congratulations to those 8 divisional winners. Let's see what we got over here. Sean says probably not with what he's wearing. Yum pants tonight from my yoga class. Inside joke for all of us. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I've heard this. Like I saw the FSA is into yoga lately. I saw that's been a chat inside the Discord channel. That's pretty funny. So congratulations to all of our divisional winners. Let's congratulate our conference champions, which were Miami and Green Bay. It's crazy as Miami won its 2nd conference championship in a row without winning their division. And of course, because they won the conference, they participated in their 2nd consecutive APFL Bowl, year 1 and year 2. However, they did not get the win because that win went to that team right there. And man, I really messed that up by still having my face on there. I don't even know if I can get rid of me or not. Let's see if this works. Hey, there we go. That looks much better with that black background on there. So congratulations to Damien and the Green Bay Cheeseheads for winning APFL Bowl 2, year 2, champion of the APFL. So congratulations to you, Damien. MJ's here. Yep, she says congratulations to everybody. Yeah, big congratulations to everybody this year. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and keep me small and see how this looks. Can I get my logo on it? Yeah. You know what? That's a very good question. So since you're asking that, JB, we had Kevin came over for the Super Bowl. We had Anthony Monhay, which we're going to see his graphic here in a second, the Fanatically Real Redraft World Champion over here for the Super Bowl as well. And we discussed about getting gear getting made again from Squad Locker, going back and doing that with the APFL. So if Squad Locker has yoga pants, man, we absolutely can get that on there. Yep, appreciate that, Sean. And then MJ going back and saying congratulations. She said to the cheesy heads. So the last award that we have to give out for the APFL is going to be the top scoring team of the year, which ended up going to the Cleveland Dogs. with a total of 1,590.08 points for Cleveland Dogs. So congratulations to Bob and the Cleveland Dogs for getting that title and the ribbon that will go along with it, and it'll be underneath his profile. I think it's actually already underneath his profile because we got all of the 2023 and 2024 ribbons put on there before we get ready to roll over this 2024 season. So usually, yeah, MJ couldn't make it over. She had a sick kid at the house, so she ended up just sitting over the phone, which was amazing. I don't know what you did with those wings, but like I said, Misty wasn't sending any of that back with you because they were so good. So we got to figure, you got to do that for us again. That was awesome. All right, so let's get into some Fanatically Real Redraft awards here. Since we gave out the divisional award winners in the APFL, we want to make sure that we once again congratulate all of our regional champs over in the Fanatically Real Redraft. So congratulations to Average Joes, who were the Banshees regional champion. Slide on down to the Black Dragons. Congratulations to the Lunatics. Out of the Gold Dragons region, congratulations to the Peach State Who Daddies. In the Hydras region, congratulations to the Bearcats, their second regional title, but he played in two different regions over the last 2 years. Congratulations to the Panthers out of the Scorpions region. And then finally, congratulations to the Louisville Sluggers out of the Lynx region. So we're going to give some props this year. We also had a secondary tournament that we ran, which we affectionately called the Grey Cup because of all of the Canadian folks that we had in the league with us. And Sean is on with us. He's already made a comment. Sean, the Naughty Dogs, was our Grey Cup champion this year. And Sean, just so you know, yes, we are still working on getting you a shirt done. And you know what? I'm going to see if I can make this happen while I'm here on the broadcast. So let me drop this picture down and get my picture up here a little bit bigger and see if we can make this happen. This image right here that you see of the Coyotes and the Nightbreed are the former logos of my wife and I. I actually commissioned the artist that did this. His name is Eric Poole. Some of you guys have seen his work that I've posted other places. In fact, he did our pile of our 4 regional champions as they went to go on and play the world champion a couple of years ago. That was the year the Detroit Muscle won it. Commissioned him to do that art piece as well. He is the guy that I've got working on the t-shirt for you. Going to have the Naughty Dog holding that Grey Cup in that same style that you see right here on this picture. And that's what the t-shirt's going to look like. I'm just working with Eric to make sure that it looks really, really good before we get it produced, created, and sent over to you. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I owe you a trip to the other side of the state. So instead of me putting it in the mail and bringing it to you and getting it shipped to you, I think I'm going to bring it over to you instead. Anthony's on there. Which one looks good on the huge screen? Are you and Kevin watching me on the projector tonight? That's a scary thought. I thank you for that. I thought the graphics looked pretty good this year. Us being able to use the AI generated graphics and some ideas that I got from Box Out Sports this year. So yeah, I'm hopefully Scrubs up. Okay. Oh God, man, you're speaking like Yoda there for a second. I couldn't quite understand what you were saying. Yeah, I hope it turns out good. It should. If you've ever seen any of Eric Poole's work, in fact, just go out and look for him on Instagram. Type in Eric Poole. It's Poole, and I'm pretty sure it's spelled ERIC. Put that in there and look him up. He does a lot of hockey stuff. He'll do football during football season, baseball during baseball season, but he's a big Penguins fan, so he does a lot of hockey stuff. So you just got to go out and look at his work so you get an idea of what it is that you're going to get whenever we get the shirt done for you. Yeah, definitely looked good and going to get some more good graphics here in just a second. And you're good, Chris. I just took me a second to read it. So let's see. We went through and we got the Grey Cup done. So let's move on and talk about our national champion. So we already know Lunatics won this year coming out of the Black Dragons region. There I go with that daggone thing again. Let me get my face out of there. Lunatics out of the Black Dragons region, finishing 12-3 overall for the season, and that including the playoffs. I thought that graphic turned out pretty good as well. So let's get to, we got one more, I don't want to put it, one more of the awards before we get into the Rookie General Manager and General Manager of the Year awards. So the one last award that we have to give out is the same one that we gave out in the APFL, which is our top scoring team of the year in the Fanatically redraft, and that belonged to the Ottawa Valley Coffee Espresso Men, scoring 1,989.62 points. So congratulations to Josh on earning that title. And not only congratulations to him winning that title, also congratulations to him winning Rookie General Manager of the Year, Josh Curley from the OVC Espresso Men. I asked him to send me a headshot, and this is the great picture that I got from him. What an awesome picture. And then that leaves us with one more award before we get into the dispersal draft, and that is the General Manager of the Year award. We have affectionately renamed this award after my father, who passed away this year during this football season. The John Bouchard General Manager of the Year award, voted on by his peers. That award goes to Eric Talbot as the General Manager of the Year. Great picture Eric sent to me today, too. Looks really good there. There was a suggestion of, if you didn't get us the picture in time, that maybe we were going to go out and steal one of the pictures off of your Facebook page, but I don't like to do that, but it was still a thought anyways. And that will end the award portion of this year's 2023 season. So congratulations to our division winners, all of our regional champs, our top scoring teams, our Grey Cup winner, the national championship winner. Congratulations to the APFL champ. Congratulations to our Rookie General Manager of the Year, and congratulations to Eric Talbot for winning the John Bouchard General Manager of the Year award as well. MJ says, congratulations. Thank you, MJ. I know they appreciate it. But here's why you're all here tonight. You all pretty much knew what the awards were. You just got to see some good graphics tonight to go along with them. But this is what you all really came here for. You wanted to see the dispersal draft selection show, the part where each year we roll some dice to find out what the draft order is going to be, except for it's a little bit different this year. So we had a team that exited. We had another team that said, hey, I'm not real happy with the team that I took over this year. Probably should have had this dispersal draft thing in the rule set prior to year one of the APFL, but live and learn. I appreciate all of the great input that we had from all the APFL general managers to get us to this point so we could have this dispersal draft. We opened it up to both the AFC and the NFC side of the house to see if anybody wanted to participate in it. Nobody on the NFC side wanted to, but because we had the one general manager exit from the AFC side, we clearly and definitely opened it up to them. We had two other teams that wanted to come on board, and that is Indianapolis, Jacksonville, and Cincinnati. So here's what we're going to happen. We're going to do what we normally do. I have a little bit of an explanation for something we're going to do slightly different since it's just the three teams. I've got the logos here for each one of the teams. There's Cincinnati, there's Jacksonville. And then for now, we still have the old Indianapolis Stallions logo on here because Josh and I, who is also the Rookie General Manager of the Year and the top scoring team in the Fanatically redraft, is taking over the Indianapolis team. We already know that the team name is going to be the Indianapolis Unicorns. Said we wanted to keep it horse related. Great idea. I think it came from one of his kids. We just haven't got the logo settled on yet. We're still working on that, him and I together. So what I figured is we will still use this for tonight's purposes to be able to get this draft selection show done. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold these up. We're going to put them in the Nature Coast tailgating and apparel hat that I got this year with the alternate Walter on it. And we're going to shake it up. We're going to pull out the first of three teams. We're going to roll a four-sided die tonight. A four-sided die. There's three spots. And then we're going to put whatever the first team is into that spot. Now, here's a little bit of a hiccup that we're going to have because it is only 3 teams. If at any point we roll a 4 tonight on anything, we're just going to re-roll. What I was going to try to do was try to get all 3 of these general managers on at the same time. And if a 4 was rolled, then they would just get to pick what spot they wanted. That would allow it to bounce people around a little bit and have the opportunity for a little bit of strategy to come from these guys and stuff like that. But we were unable to get everybody online together. So what we're just going to do is if a 4 is rolled, we're just going to re-roll it again until we get that 1, 2, or 3. The other thing that we're going to do different, that's going to be a little bit different than when we do this with 12 or 16 teams, is as I started putting up the final roll list that's up there that we normally do with the 2 4-sided dice, a lot of them were not relevant for this only being with 3 teams. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll through the normal pre-final roll list of the 2 through 12 with the 2 6-sided die. And then once that's all done and the 3 teams are placed on there, then we will roll one more time. That last time, though, like it used to be when Toby introduced this idea to us, that last roll has to do something. So if we happen to roll a 7, which in this case is you would roll until an open position is filled. So there's no open positions, but nothing happens to that board. We will roll again until we get something to make happen to that board. All right. Chris out here saying snake eyes. Which is what you all were hoping for. However, I think with this few of rolls tonight, we're probably not going to see it. Now, I'm going to pull the screen up now. It's going to look a little odd to you guys this year, and I'll explain to you why it looks like this. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger so you can see the important stuff. So the websites that we used to use to do the rolling of the dice, the majority of them have closed down now. So I had to dig tonight to find a decent enough one that I thought was worthy of putting on the screen for us all to see. And I got this one. I wish I could change color of the dice that are on here. I would like to make it, a little bit closer to a branding with the FSA. However, I will tell you, if you decide that you're going to go out and do something like this for all of the commissioners that might be out there watching it right now, be very careful of the site that you click on that you're out there. I had one today that I think it might have been virus related, popped up a million windows. I had to just close down my whole computer and stuff like that. And I probably still need an expert to go back through to make sure that it didn't do anything damaging to my computer. So what we've got this year, or in this time for the dispersal draft, is we pulled up the old AFC list that we had from our very first year. We updated it with the 2023 year on it. We changed it to say the dispersal draft selection show. We've got our rolls in here, but instead of the dice being rolled inside this screen, we're just going to have the dice rolled over here on the left or the right-hand side. And we'll be flipping back and forth between those because we're going to have the 4s and the 6-sided dice being rolled on the same screen. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. Chris says not only snake eyes, but he wants to see multiple snake eyes, and he said it twice. So at least we will say if we do get snake eyes tonight, it's not going to be that big of a deal for me for it to happen because pulling 3 teams off the board isn't that big of a deal. So for everybody's knowledge, when we do go to pull up the logos, they are going to come up in the number 8 spot. As you can see, Cincinnati popped up there. There is the Jacksonville, and there is the Indianapolis, and they are in those spots right now. So what we're going to do is, as always, we're going to shake this hat. We're going to shake the Dickens out of it and pull the first team out, and then we will roll the 4-sided die, 1 4-sided die. Whatever number comes up, that is the spot that this first team will go into. If it happens to be a 4, we will re-roll it again. All right, so first team out of the hat is our new team that is now the Unicorns, still using the Stallions logo for purposes of this tonight. We're going to get a 1d4 up there, and we're going to throw it. And we ended up with a 1. So, Josh, as of right now, you are going into – I moved the whole wrong screen. Let me see if I can lock that so that doesn't go there. And we'll pick this Indianapolis one here instead, and we will put you over in the number 1 spot. And then what do we do from here? For those who have not seen this before, we are going to come back over here, and we're going to set up 2 6-sided die. And then what happens is we tally or total these 2 6-sided die. And whatever it says over here on the board from the 2 through 12 is what we're going to do as we call our action dice. So we're going to roll the action dice, and we get an 8, which means that we're going to roll a D4 and replace a team if it needs to go in that position. But before we do that, we have to pull a team out of the hat. So let's see who the next team is out of the hat. And if we roll a 1, then whoever it is that we're pulling out of the hat right now will replace the unicorns in the number 1 spot. If not, they will go into the number 2 or number 3 spot. We got Jacksonville right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear the board. We're going to roll 1d4 and see what we come up with. And we have a 4, so we are going to re-roll. And we have a 3. So Jacksonville is going to go into the number 3 spot as of right now. And then we're going to roll the action dice. Let's clear this off. Let's get us 2 6-sided dice up there and let's throw them and see what we get. All right, so we have 7, which means we're going to roll into an open position. Well, there's only 1 spot left. There's only 1 team that's left in there. We've got Cincinnati. Cincinnati is going to go into the number 2 spot. And then that means we've only got 1 more row to go. Probably the easiest and shortest, absolutely, draft selection shows that we've ever done. So what we'll end up doing is rolling 2 6-sided dice. Again, like I said at the top, we have to make sure that something happens to this board based on this roll. So if one of the rolls that we get doesn't do anything, we will roll the 2 6-sided dice again, all right? This is where Chris is asking for the snake eyes. That would be crazy if it happens on this last roll. Wouldn't it be like having, what was it, Delta all over again? So let's roll these 2 6-sided die and see what happens. And we got a 3, which means we're going to pull a team from the board. So it's not over with yet. So let's clear this. And we're going to pull up a 4-sided die. And one of these guys is coming off the board. We just don't know who yet. So we will throw the 4-sided die. And, of course, it comes up 4. So we're going to have to roll it again. And we got another 4. And we will roll one more time. And we got another 4. And we will roll again. And this time we got a 2. So Cincinnati was just on the board as the last one. They will get pulled from the board. We'll throw them back in the hat just in case, something else happens after this where it'll get affected where another team will go in. And then we will clear this board. And we will roll 2 6-sided dice as our new action dice and see what happens. Got a 3, which means we're going to pull another team from the board. This thing is getting drug out. It's going to end up having snake eyes. I can just see it now. We'll throw a 4-sided die up there. We'll see who's getting pulled off the board. Well, number 1's coming off the board. So now we are moving Indianapolis back over here, throwing Indianapolis back in the hat. It means Jacksonville sitting in 3 spot is the only one still on the board. And for those who might be wondering and asking, and even for the 3 guys who might not know that are actually involved in this, this will be a snake draft. So when we go to do this, and it will be next Wednesday live for our 8:30 broadcast, the 3 guys will be on here live, and we will be doing this. It'll be 1 through 3, 3 through 1, 1 through 3, just like a normal snake draft. I think the total number of picks is like 66, I think, or 65 picks based on the draft picks they also have. Those will all get thrown in there. Guys, be patient with me as I get that list created for you. MFL, the My Fantasy League, just rolled over the season to 2024, so I'll be able to get in and get that list. Everything was quiet yesterday for a couple of hours as they were moving it over. So I'll get it to you hopefully sometime this weekend in between me scoring baseball for USC Aiken and get it to you guys so you have a couple of days to look at it and strategize before we go into the Wednesday night draft. But strategize or not, we don't even know where you're picking right now because we're still doing this. So let's roll some action dice. We will clear this since we just pulled Cincinnati off the board. Or was it Indianapolis? Whoever just got moved off the board. We will throw 2 6-sided die. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There is absolutely no way with these few rolls that we got snake eyes. Holy crap. All right, Jacksonville's going back in the hat. All 3 teams are back over here, and we're going to pretend like this never even happened. And we will be going back through this all over again. So let's clear this board. Unbelievable. Anthony says, ha, ha, ha. Chris, I don't know if you're still out there or not, but you got your wish. You got your snake eyes. That's hilarious. All right, so start all over again. Usually this happens about 45 minutes in, not a little tiny show like this where we only have the 3 teams and we get snake eyes. So after this, if we ended up getting another snake eyes, just so you know, we'll end up doing a 3-team swap. That's a new thing that we added in a year or so ago. We won't do multiple clearing up board. So first team out of the hat, Cincinnati. Let's roll 4-sided die and see where Cincinnati's going to go on this list. He is going to go into the number 2 spot. So let's move Cincinnati over to the number 2 spot. And then let's roll some action dice. Clear this up. Get us 2 6-sided dice. And we'll throw. Yeah, Gerard's out there right now. So Gerard is actually the general manager of the Jacksonville team, and he's seeing this right now and how this is going down. So we just rolled a 6, means we're going to swap teams' positions with 2d4. The way that happens is we will roll 2 4-sided dice. You'll see the 2 totals that will come up here. We read it from left to right. The team that is in the left position moves to the team that's in the right position. Basically, the team that's in the right goes into the other spot. There's only one team on the board right now, so if a number 2 does come up, he will move into the number 1 or number 3. If a 4 happens to come up, we're going to have to roll it a couple more times to be able to get it right. So we are moving the number 2 to the number 1 spot. So Cincinnati, only team on the board, is now moving up to the number 1 spot. And we will clear this and go back and get some more action dice. Action dice say 8, which means we have to roll a d4, and we will replace the team if there is somebody. So if a 1 comes up, we will replace them with the team that comes out of the hat. Team coming out of the hat is the Unicorns. If a 1 does not come up, it's a 2 or a 3. The Unicorns will go into that spot. So let's do 1d4, and we will throw the dice. And we get a number 2. So the Unicorns are going to move into the number 2 spot. That leaves just the number 3 spot in there. And I'd have to go back and watch what the positions were before I had to pull everybody off the board or where everybody was at before we did that roll, thinking that we were good and done. And all of a sudden we're pulling somebody from the board. So we got one more spot to go, but we have to roll some action dice first. So let's clear this board and get 2 more action dice to see if this does anything. Right now we got a 5, which means we're going to roll into an open position is available. There's only the 1 spot left. So Gerard, right now, number 3, you are going into the 3 spot. So let's get you back up on the board. We'll unlock you. Let's move you over to 3 spot. Okay, we're back to where we were at before everything started coming off the board and going kind of crazy. So we will roll 1 more time with the action dice. And again, whatever we roll has to do something to this board. So right now, Cincinnati at the number 1 spot, Indianapolis at number 2, Jacksonville at the number 3. These teams are going to move in some way, shape, or form. We just don't know how it's going to be yet. So let's throw the action dice. We ended up with a 10, which means we are going to do a 3-team swap. Now, this could take a little bit to make this happen because of the number 4 that's involved in it as well, and because we could get duplicates. So what we're going to do is we will roll 3 4-sided dice. The first number will move into the 2nd spot. The second number will move into the 3rd spot. The 3rd spot will move into the 1st spot. We don't know what that's going to look like yet. Again, it's probably going to take a couple rolls for it to happen. I did test this out earlier. It took me about 4 rolls for it to happen, but we will see how long this takes to get through there. So just so you all know, you're all about to move. See how easy it is. So 3 would move into 1, but there is no 4. So what we have to do is what we're trying to do is get a 1, 2, and 3 in here in some shape or form. There we go. 3 will move into the number 1 spot. Number 1 will move into number 2. And number 2 will move into number 3. So number 3 moved to the number 1 spot. Number 1 moved to the number 2 spot. And number 2 moved into the 3rd spot. So basically the board just kind of flipped. So GP, you just went from the number 3 spot to the number 1 spot. Congratulations. This will be our draft order whenever you all get ready to draft next week. Jacksonville, number 1 pick. Then Cincinnati, number 2. And Indianapolis, number 3. Let's get that off the thing and get my face back up there. Hopefully that was exciting for you all. Even with just the 3 teams, it was kind of crazy. So, yeah, that does it for us. Regional managers, the way we're going to run the formerly known Fanatically Real redraft next year, which will be name change to the Wizard Redraft League. We are going to have regional managers that are going to select the general managers that will play inside their region for competition purposes. Those interviews for those regional managers will start sometime after the 1st of March. So we got a couple more days before that happens. And then, the next thing that we've got is our broadcast next week for this draft for these 3 teams that we just got done doing the Dispersal Draft Selection Show for. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. I got to thank the sponsors that we had all year. So thank you to Mondo and the boys from the Recast, the official music of FSA. Thank you for sticking with us all of these years. And to Brandon Van Lincoln from Nature Coast Apparel, the official apparel of FSA. Thank you to Brandon. I think we're going to make a bigger push for all of that next year. And then Anthony, I haven't forgot about you since you were over here during the Super Bowl. We do owe you a set of cornhole boards. I'm going to get with Brandon with you. We'll start designing your boards so we can get him to print them. I'm sure he's anxious to get those done so he can close that chapter of his part of the business and go to just the apparel portion of the business. Thank you all for a great 2023 season. Still got that one more little bit of information that we got to do next week to get this dispersal draft done. And then, we will be ready for the 2024 season. The league safe payment reminders are out there for the APFL. Remember, all league operations start on 1 March, so I need to get you all to get paid in. And then I'm going to pick a date on the calendar for getting all of the WRL, the Wizard Redraft League money in. I'm probably going to pick 4th of July weekend. It just seems like a great mark on the calendar to do it. Gives us a whole month to collect all of the fees, get us all ready for everything that we need to do. So that might be, but I'll let you all know when that becomes a little bit more apparent to me and the rest of us. So again, thank you for watching the Fanatically Real broadcast. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Hit me up on Discord. Tell me what you think. Hopefully, somebody take a screenshot. Maybe I should take a screenshot of it. I'll leave it there. That way everybody knows what the draft order is going to be next week. And we will see you next week for that draft. You all have a great evening.